The search for Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez has picked back up. The police were back at the family's home today, and the FBI. It's in Everman, Texas. It's just right on the edge of Fort Worth, on the outskirts. They were back today, FBI with a full crew digging up the backyard again. Noel's mother, Cindy, has been indicted for capital murder for the unaliving of her son, even though his body has not been found yet. And this goes back to 2022 when CPS contacted the Everman Police Department and let them know that they had concerns about this child and that he had not been seen in a while. When the police first spoke with Cindy, she told them that Noel was in Mexico with his biological father and had been there for some time. Now, they went and tracked down his biological father, who said he had not seen him since he had been deported from the United States before Noel was even born. So he wasn't with him. He had never even seen Noel. As per usual, I am sure none of you are going to be surprised when I tell you that CPS had been involved in Cindy and Noel's life for many, many years, and that she had an extensive criminal history. In March 2023, the police issued an Amber Alert for Noel. And it seems very, very delayed, but he wasn't reported as a missing child from the parents. It was a situation where family members got in touch with CPS, and CPS got in touch with the police, like, hey, we don't know where this kid's at. He hasn't been at school, and that's how it kind of went. And then she tells him he's in Mexico. So, of course, that took a lot of time to try to confirm whether he was in Mexico with his biological father or not. When the police went to Cindy's home and to try to find Noel, they did realize that she had a set of 5-month-old twins, and then she had a 7, 8, 9, and 11-year-old inside the home. Now, allegedly, back then, some family members and friends told police that when she gave birth to the twins that were 5 months old at that time that the police were out there, when she gave birth to them, she came home from the hospital and was telling people that Noel was possessed by a demon. As police continued to talk to family members and friends and neighbors, they were told that the patio back porch of Cindy's home had a concrete slab that had just recently been poured. So, of course, that threw up a lot of red flags, and police were able to secure a search warrant for the home on March 30th. Unfortunately, that was about 8 days too late, because they then found out that on March 22nd, Cindy had fled the country with herself and the remaining children she had. Now, Noel was not a passenger on the plane or on any of the flights. And also they had found that when she went to apply for the kids' passports and herself, she did one for her and the other children, but not for Noel. Back to the search warrant, the police were there. They go to do the search. They have cadaver dogs. The cadaver dogs did not hit on anything in the house or in the backyard. However, when they ran one of the sonar machines across the back patio that had recently been poured, it did show an anomaly in there. So they did do some digging. However, this was back in March of 2023. They did not find Noel's remains. Cindy was, like I said, indicted for the capital murder of Noel back in 2023. Since then, she has been re-indicted. They did kind of remove a few things from the indictment. I went down to the courthouse today and obtained copies of all of the filings for the indictment. They had to do a competency hearing on her. She was found to be incompetent to stand trial at this time. So I'm going to put up the indictment, and then I'll come back and do a part 2 and compare the 2 indictments and tell you guys what they took out and what they added. And then also we can talk about her commitment, and because they have put her into the state hospital, mental hospital now, the state prison hospital. Also, there has been some letters that she has written to the judge that I was able to have a look at. So come back for part 2 and we'll go over those.